Hey there, Sister Kate here. Woo. Pastor Joe said, you should get a video of yourself today. You are something. And I said, sure, why not? It's not like you guys haven't seen me before in my clothes that I wear for the weather and for chores and everything else. My gloves, hat, got the coveralls, did the chores in the cool 30-degree weather and raining, and it's going to freeze tonight. I haven't done a video in about a week and a half. Life, I don't like to do a day-by-day, call-by-call detail of my life because, one, you're getting it on my husband's channel, but also I like to keep certain things to myself. We did see our grandchildren. They are amazing, but I'm not going to put them on video. It's for me and their family. I don't want the rest of the world seeing them. But I had a good time with them. There's 4 of them under the age of 6, and I got to babysit them one night, and I just kind of reached back in history to my Girl Scout leader days and pulled out my little bag of tricks, and we marched around, and we rolled a ball, and we did crafts, and I wore them out, and when bedtime came, they didn't even try to fight me. They were exhausted. They climbed into bed. I turned on their favorite little show. They listened to it for about 5 minutes. Couldn't even see the camera because I was holding it for my littlest because she wanted her mom and her mom wasn't there, and so I was just trying to show her familiar things, and 5 minutes later they're all asleep. It worked great, and I enjoyed that time with them. Anyway, haven't really looked at the news, don't really care. Something's going to happen on January 6th, and something's going to happen on January 20th, and whether I agree with it or not, I cannot change that, and so I don't really care. Like I've said, people our age have perspective. We've seen Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama, Bush 2. We've seen presidents come and go, Ford and Nixon and all those guys. And so to us, a regime change is not that big a deal. Yes, I'm more for some things that some people are for. Generally speaking, I'm conservative. But I don't always disagree, don't always care. It doesn't really involve me when people I don't agree with are in office. President Clinton's scandal with Monica Lewinsky was just like faceplant, like, oh, that's going to raise our standing to the world. And yet, because he was a charmer or whatever, people didn't even really care that, it was a extramarital affair in the spotlight, in the public. So, whatever. I don't care. Pastor was recently looking at, I can't remember if we were talking about a show or whatever, but he got on to Lord Mountbatten, who was a British royalty / military guy and was the last premier viceroy, whatever, in India before India, Britain left and India was given their sovereignty. And I'm not saying Britain gave it to them. I'm saying Britain was an occupying foreign power and then left. So that leaves them to, govern themselves. And he was pretty famous. And so Pastor was looking him up on Google and found out he has 1 male heir. 1. And in the British royalty, the male heir normally is the one who is given everything. And if there are no males, then they will give them to the females, because look, Elizabeth is queen. But this male heir has millions and millions of dollars, a huge property, a huge estate in England. And so you would think, wow, he's got a position of power in his country. He has grasped this fortune that his family has given to him, and he is securely in control of it and handling it. No. If you look up this guy, last name Natchbull, Nick, I think, he's a mess. He's been in rehab 5 times. He's taken heroin and crack and all sorts of stuff. He hangs around with women of low repute, and really has done nothing with himself. And they'll be lucky if he doesn't overdose by the time he's 50, and that whole thing's going to go to his sister, who is responsible and is actively working within, the organization that is her grandfather's legacy. And I thought, okay, what would I do with $100 million? I might travel a bit more than I do now to places that I like. But generally, I don't think my life would change that much. I'd probably get better housing for my critters. I don't think I'd increase the amount of critters I have because it's all I can take care of. And I mean, I guess I could think about hiring someone to take care of my critters for me if I had that much money. Possibility, but this life, you need food, shelter, little companionship, clean water. Come on. So I thought probably what I would do is start some charitable organizations. I mean, they've got hundreds of millions of dollars. I would probably start something in Africa for clean water, and there's like a buy a cow program out there where you can pay the money and it buys a cow for somebody in Africa. I think I would do things like that. You know, build bridges across dangerous waterways and set up sanctuaries for endangered species. Because I think the animals that we are given on this planet we're supposed to steward. We're not supposed to wipe out. So things like rhinoceros and like Sumatran elephants and things like that, I might kick a few dollars that way to just kind of keep things the way they are. And homeless shelters, things to help people too, because people are generally very willing to help animals, give money to their local shelter and so on. How many people are willing to help other people? How many people, like a soup kitchen, you know, got millions of dollars, set up a soup kitchen, hire some people to run it for you. Why not? I mean, help your fellow man. That's the legacy I would like to leave, not a mess of a family that's just tanking and burning. And I really pray that the Father is merciful and helps our family to continue to do well, and yours too. All right, thanks for stopping by, y'all. I'm going to get inside where it's warm. I'm getting a little cold. Bless you. Shalom.